Okay, so I'll do this one. Let's do y equals, so I'm just making them up as I go. Let's do square root, no, not square root, not yet. Let's do a 5 x minus 1 squared plus 3. Let's do this one together, okay, and then you can do the next one. So before you even start thinking about it, okay, picture in your mind what is its original source, right? What kind of shape does this make? Parabola, right? Here's the parent function right here. The 2 is what gives it a shape. So at the core, this is going to be a parabola. Because that's what makes it unique, is the 2. Everybody's, that makes sense? Okay. Now we're going to do it together, okay? What does this plus 3 do? So all I need you to do is put a little arrow. That's good enough for me. Okay? That tells me you understand. So now look up here, okay? Because you can't do this on your paper, but I can. What it does is like you grab it from the middle, you just go 1, 2, 3. That's what a 3 is, okay? And it's always easiest to see it from the middle. It's actually every single point goes up 3. It's easier to see it from the middle. Okay? What does this minus 1 do? Right 1. Y'all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, right 1. Okay, so I take this and I move it right, not the lines, this one, right 1. So now the middle is right there. That's how it's transformed. I'm going to do these in order of difficulty. So let's go over here to the negative in the front. Not looking at your notes, okay? Like, what does the negative do? Here's how I want you to think about this. You already know by memory, though, right? Okay, let's walk the steps. Does this affect the x or the y?
Y.
So it's making my y's that are originally positive into negative, right? So what is visually speaking that does this, right? So I don't know how to flip this on here. I need to mess with it, but I'm just gonna redraw it. So now it's gonna look same middle part, but it's just flipped upside down. Okay. Now it's not right on top of the x-axis, but where did it pivot around, right? Like the x-axis. You guys see that? Okay. So it's a reflection on the x-axis. Now, by all means, like if you do have a great memory, memorize them all. That's it don't matter to me as long as you get it right. I just teach you this way because I don't have a really good memory and I know how to come up with all the answers without memorizing. Okay, so here we go. 1/2. This is the only part I need you to memorize. If it's a fraction, it looks like this. If it's a number bigger than 1, it looks like that. That's the only part you need to remember. Okay. Now, here we go. Is that 1/2? Do I grab it by the y or the x? Y. Why? Because it's outside like the y. Okay. The y is vertical. Does that make sense? This one is inside with the x or with the y?
Yes.
So I have to grab it by the x, which is called horizontal. If you get that far, now it's just common sense. You just have to visualize this. And I don't mind you letting you borrow this, but just if you grab it from the top and the bottom, what did I do to make it look like that? Press, right? If I stretch, it makes it long. So I pushed it. So vertical compress. Very good? Now let's go. That makes sense or no? Sure? Okay. This one I have to grab from the sides because I have to grab it by the x. So what do I do to my fingers to make this perfect circle look like that circle?
Compress.
So I'm horizontally compressing. I forgot to add something in the notes, but it's not too late. We're gonna add this. Remember on the, look up at your notes on the top where it says inside, outside. Which one's normal, which one's opposite? The inside or the outside?
Outside's normal.
Outside's normal,
Inside's
inside's the liar, right?
Yeah.
Here's what this means. This has a vertical compress by a factor of 1/2. So I'm pushing it with half force. The horizontal compress is being pushed in by a factor. This factor makes sense, like how strong you're pushing it in, like how skinny it is. But remember, the inside is opposite. This is so instead of being a 5 force, it's the inverse of 5 because it's the opposite. It's a lighter. Okay, so what's the inverse of 5? Mm. What's 5 really over what? 1. So you just flip it. Yeah. Opposite. Okay, so the 5 is 1. Okay. And that one gets easy over time. Alright, any questions right now? Okay, here we go. Number 2, I want you to try this one. I'm gonna give you time to think about it. So this is y equals -3 1/3. Now, I know it's gonna be super tempting for you just to look at your notes, because your notes has the key on there, it tells you what everything does. But I try to challenge you to force yourself to think of it like I've been trying to teach you. Is it inside, is it outside? Is it opposite, if it's normal? Does the circle look like this or like this? Because that's what's gonna help you when you don't have your notes on the test. After this, we're gonna do the practice. So if you wanna get your practice out already, you can, while you're waiting for other people. But if not, you can just wait till we're done. Again, guys, I can't read your minds, but really push yourself to say, is that 1/3? What does the circle look like? Where are you grabbing that circle from? That's the easy way to do it, right? In the long run, that's what's gonna stick better. Okay, so here we go, okay? Remember, if you don't know, you just say, I don't know, and then I'll walk you through it, okay? Noah, what does that +1 do? Up 1, okay? All I need you to do is put that arrow on there, okay? Sketch it, right? It looks like this. So all you did was move it up 1. That's all it means. And then Cesar, what does that -2 do right here?
Right 2.
Right 2, so all you do is put, thank you, just put right 2. So we just move it right 2. By the way, on this one I put everything, like there's every single thing, everything's doing something, right? So, all right, Rafael, I'll let you pick. There's 4 things that are still happening here. Which one do you want to do?
-3.
Okay, Now that negative 3 is doing two things. The negative is doing one thing and the 3 is doing another thing. Which one you want to do? And I'll walk you through one.
Negative doing vertical compression.
You're on the right track. It is a vertical. But let's talk about the 3. The 3 is what's doing it. So, will you tell me, do you remember, and this is the only part you have to remember, does this 3 look like this or like this? If it's bigger than 1. That's the only memory part you have to remember. Okay, if you did that, then the rest is easy. If you can remember that, watch. Is it inside or outside? Outside, right? So the Y is outside. So you have to grab this from the Y, which is vertical. It is vertical. You had said it's vertical. So what do I have to do to this to make it look like that? Yeah, vertical stretch. Vertical stretch. And we're learning. Okay, we're learning. Does that make sense? Okay. And then Lorenzo, what does that negative do?
Reflecting it across the x-axis.
Reflecting across the x-axis. Again, this is like the symmetry part. I don't know if you can visualize. I haven't drawn it. Would it look different if I reflected across the x-axis? Yeah, right. So this arm would now be down here, and then this one would be. If you guys like this one's that one, and that one's that one. So it's spun like this. Okay. All right. Oh no, Camry. I had it put. What do you want to do? The negative or the 1/3? Okay. Horizontal stretch by a factor of 3. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you believe me or not, but when she says that, I honestly don't know if she's right or not. Like, I don't have those memorized. I just do what I'm trying to teach you, I do that in my head real quick. Watch. I do 1/3, I say, oh, that has to look like that, because it's a fraction. Oh, it's inside, that means I have to grab it from the sides, because horizontal. And then it's just stretching. So she's right. Okay. I really, honestly, that's how I do it too. That's why I'm teaching you that way. Okay. So yeah, it is a horizontal stretch. And then the last thing, guys, everybody, reflection over the y-axis. So this one's the x-axis. That one has to be the y-axis. Which, if this gets kind of weird, if I flip this again, don't I end up on the same thing? Like if I flip, ends up looking the same at the end of the day. Question? Yes.
I'm very confused. I think I might be off the
Okay, on what part?
just on the horizontal vertical stretch, like,
Yeah, that's the hardest part for sure.
cause I put horizontal. Well, originally I was thinking vertical, but for that one, but then after looking at the numbers, it's horizontal, but horizontal compression. So I get it, and I think I will be able to, after more practice,
Yeah.
as right now, I'm not.
For sure, we all need more practice, yeah. I just wanted you to get the gist of it today, but yeah, anytime I show you something, it's just to get the gist, and then the practice, it will make it perfect. Yes?
Is that what our answer's gonna look like? Will it be like a graph?
No, you can, sometimes we can list out the transformations, so we'd say, A transforms up 1. It went to the right 2, like you can write it out. Or they'll ask you to sketch like the outcome of what it looks like. Now, here in the beginning, the stretch and the compress visually is hard to see, so we won't stress a lot about that. For example, let me show you what I mean by that. If I have, here's a parent parabola, can you picture what it would look like if you're vertically compressing it? So if you're doing this to it, what do you think it's gonna do to that parabola? Will it be wider or skinnier? Well, here's where the circle helps. Think of the circle. If you're pushing it from the top and the bottom, it looks like this, right?
Yeah.
So here's your parabola. Isn't your parabola a lot wider now? You see that? That's how it works. And if you were to stretch it, it makes that parabola much skinnier. Just like that's good enough for now. Okay. And yes, man, so we'll practice some more and then we'll make perfect. Okay. Good questions, guys.